We're back with episode 5. Another red flag, green flag, or green flag, red flag. By some miracle, Tris won the last one.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
But I'm feeling really confident given the topics today and the fact that I'm going to be able to pick up this flag faster than you today.
Shall we discuss the rules? Because obviously you changed them halfway through.
I changed them.
You changed them.
I clarified.
Repositioned.
Okay, let's make the rules up then.
Let's make the rules up. Literally make the rules
so
up.
whoever lifts their piece of paper up
Correct side.
Correct. Well, no, whichever side it is the correct side. Okay, so you must lift it, expose the side to faceless, and she will decide
who got it up faster.
Who? That's not how I was going to word it.
Especially with exposure.
Who lifted their piece of paper first, and then the other person has to, even if they lifted up the same color, they have to argue against that point with gusto and enthusiasm.
Gotcha. I am just going to check my card to make sure you haven't made this entirely green.
Just like a double-sided joke card.
I know what you're like.
I think we should shoot everyone, Tris.
Oh no!
Oh no! Right. Okay. So we're doing. So we're going. Okay. So let me just practice. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. I don't agree. I do agree. Okay. Right. Okay. You can't touch the paper. You get your fingers. I can see your face. Get off of my piece of paper. Faceless. Can you tell him off because he's got his fingers on the paper?
Hands off the paper.
So this is a new rule that you're just introducing now.
Again, just clarifying.
Just clarifying.
Clarifying the rules.
Okay. Feel very victimized here.
Round 1.
Round 1.
When hotels use AI-driven tools to analyze and write guest reviews.
Green.
Benjamin. Obviously red.
Oh. Are you sure?
I didn't even hear the question. What was the end of the question?
Doesn't matter. Green.
No, if it's us, you've got to answer the question.
Let's go. You can repeat that one. I'm confident.
When hotels use AI-driven tools to analyze and write guest reviews.
That wasn't actually a question.
Is it a good thing? Now it's a question.
I thought...
Okay. Yes, it's a great thing. And I want to thank you for bringing that up because I think it's a really important point. If I'm honest, hotels using AI to shorten anything, make anything easier is always a green flag for me. I think you can do it at scale. You can do it in a manner consistent with the brand. You can pull out points that would take humans months. I'm going to get comfy for
minutes.
Yeah. Months, years to analyze trends. And there's no way that is ever going to be a bad thing at all. I'm going to stop there and let you take a swing back.
I disagree.
Because you have to.
Yes, largely because I have to. But there is also a degree of trepidation that needs to come in here as well. More about practicalities. Whilst I don't disagree about the tool of AI, I think it's the greatest invention that we've had since the birth of the internet. Personally, the use and the impact that it's had upon our company, our lives, has been significant. Absolutely. However, as we know, the hotel industry is classically known as being slow to adopt. And I think that is abundantly clear. We can see this when we're going out and speaking about AI and when we're speaking to people who are hotel side. They're openly saying they're not using it because they haven't got the time. They haven't got the resources. There's no training. They're still waiting to see how it pans out and how they can use it. They're not at the forefront of technology as themselves as technologists. They're not at the forefront of it to be able to actually be creative and understand it. Because the thing you've got with AI, especially large language models like ChatGPT, is that people can use it and the output is often not very good. And I think whenever somebody tells me that, it's, well, hang on a second, you're not using the tool correctly. The input that you put, the better the input that you put, the greater the output that you're going to get. Mm-hmm. And I think it's that creativity that hoteliers don't have the time to be creative, the time to sit down and understand it and really do it. So whilst I do agree with AI, I think the implementation of it at the moment for hoteliers can be a little bit dangerous.
Okay. Well, you're wrong. First of all, if you, I can't remember the phrase you used there, waiting to see how AI pans out.
Yes.
Sitting out waiting to see how AI pans out is akin to seeing if this air flight is going to take off. No pun intended. It's already panning out. It's already in large parts of everybody's lives. I agree that if you don't know how to use it, you can be frustrated with not getting the output that you want from it. I agree with that. But in terms of it being used as a tool internally in hotels to analyze almost infinite data points, there's nothing you can't, with enough expertise and knowledge, get it to look at. Specifically with reviews, normally you would have a potentially a poor intern or somebody in the front desk looking through guest reviews, trying to look for patterns or any bits of qualitative information they can pull out and pass on to the GMs to look to improve. You don't need to do that now at all. You could quickly download them all. It would take you 30 seconds to download them from the back end of like an OTA, or even your Google My Business Reviews, upload them as a CSV, type into ChatGPT or Claude, or, well, other models are available. What are the patterns in this data? Enter, and it will spit them out at you in less than a second, 2 seconds. And that's the kind of thing that would take people days and weeks to do, and to draw those. You can even use it to look at changes over time. There is no way that the use, not the ease of use, but the use of AI in the hospitality industry, specifically on property, is not a good thing.
But there's the problem. You said a couple of things there. You said about there's nothing that you can't do without the right amount of resources and time. Hotels just don't have that. Equally, the thing that you're talking about there is what you've just said is quite an the review thing is quite an advanced.
I don't think that is.
No, for you and I, it isn't. No, absolutely not. I totally agree with you. I think it should be that part of everybody's daily life, because the ease that it will make upon your working output, or the generation output on your working output will increase it. I just think there's a lot of people out there that do need their hand to be held to kind of, like show them the way. Luckily, 3&6 can help you with that.
A shameless plug. Yeah, forget about the red card. Shameless plug. I counterpoint to your counterpoint.
I'm lost now.
Counterception. I really disagree. I think a lot of the apprehension and fear that people have around AI and using these tools is massively self-created and misplaced. You talk about the expertise required to do that. If you can download a CSV file or download reviews from as a CSV.
That's the if. That's the first part.
If that functionality exists.
Well, no, it does exist. Yeah, we know, we've done it.
Okay.
So if I realize it's the user of the person, whether they've actually got the skills and capability to even get that data at that first point.
Okay, if you are working at a hotel in a role that involves looking at reviews and you don't know how to download reviews, you shouldn't be in that role. That's a hiring mistake.
Or training mistake.
Training mistake. Okay, so you have an added,
especially if it's that intern that you say, like,
poor intern.
Let's not sack the intern.
No, it's not their fault. They keep the countries rolling. If you can download the CSV, if you can open up Outlook, attach it to an email, and send that to an intern, and the message content says, "Please, can you analyze this for patterns?" If you can do that, then you can use GPT or Claude.
Well,
it's exactly the same thing.
You can, but in the same way that is, if you can open up Microsoft Word, you can write Shakespeare.
No, because we're writing the same thing. We're writing the exact same copy of an email, or the exact same words to GPT. You're uploading a file to both of them. There's nothing different. Nothing. This is a fake fear that people have because they don't understand it.
Yeah, I agree. Again, it's the fear of the unknown. But again, what I'm talking about here is the practicalities that exists. That does exist. So for me, it's like the classic phrase: you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them use ChatGPT.
Don't think that's
absolutely. I've heard everyone say that.
100% sure.
Very famous.
It's original phrase.
It is.
Okay.
You should Google it. In fact, that's ChatGPT.
I thought GPT.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was Faceless. Who gets the point for that one?
Benjamin.
Boo. I'm definitely going with this one. Question 2.
Don't touch it.
I was moving it.
That's the paper.
I'm smooth at the end.
Right, I guess.
When hotels don't manage their inboxes directly, e.g.
I think the video will show that you lifted and it was red. So no. Okay. I think
it's a twisting motion.
You No.
I went like that.
No, you didn't. You went like that.
Play it back then.
Went like that. I went like that. I'm gonna. It's a continuous motion. Not continuous.
Until it stops, either red or up. That's how.
So new rule. It is paper.
It is. It's both. In fact, there you go. That's my answer.
Faceless, you need to finish the question, and then I'm happy to take a 5-second break to review the footage, just to make sure. I will.
Because if we're going to do that, I'm going back to the death nut one where you didn't eat the nut.
No, I did.
Yeah, because I forced you to do it.
No,
You tried to get it.
delirious by that point. I don't know what I was doing. Faceless, will you finish the question, please? Sorry, our colleague interrupted you.
When hotels don't manage their inboxes directly, i.e., on social media, instead, they use chatbots or AI driven tools to provide real time booking help and answer questions.
So I went green with that one.
You actually went red, but okay, if you want to go green, that's fine. I'll go red. No, that's fine. I'll argue against this point. Go on, Tris. Do you want to cheat?
What was the question again?
When hotels don't manage their inboxes directly, instead, they use chatbots or AI driven tools to provide real time booking help and answer questions.
Absolutely. Yeah, they should do. We've got hotels that are struggling with, you're going to be arguing against your own point before that you won.
No, because I'm going to win this thing. I'm bringing out napalm or bringing out lasagna. So go for it.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. So there are all number and all manner of tools that are out there at the moment in time. I don't know. I'm just blanking you now. I'm going to talk.
Blank away, mate. You know you know where we're going here.
Yeah, I do. And you've shown your
my
cards.
cards.
You've shown your cards already.
This is a royal flush.
So you're just trying to stall now.
No.
Trying to get your Bible in it. So I think the use of AI and technologies. I'm now arguing your previous point before. Hotels absolutely should do this because of the entire situation we know with resources. We know now that there are less people working in hotels having to do more jobs. So I think the use of technology in the right way, in the with the appropriate safeguards put in place, then I think the use of automated tools such as AI chatbots are absolutely warranted and genuinely, in some cases, needed. I think it's better to actually have some level of response, even if that response is saying it is an AI-generated tool and it's there to assist you and help, is better than no response at all. If that isn't, look at chatbots on hotels.
Oh, we are.
Yeah. Oh, we are. Oh, and to your point that you've already shown your cards to, I know the test that you're going to talk about now, but the safeguarding within large language models has got a hell of a lot better than going back to the lasagna test that we once had, which Ben will explain in a very short moment. Not just the fact that he's addicted to lasagna, which is also true. It's an infinite thing. Breakfast lasagna, absolutely.
2 lasagnas become 1 lasagna. Anyway, sorry. Go on.
And you can have it.
You can never have 1 lasagna on top of another. You just have 2 lasagna. You have 1 lasagna. Anyway, go on.
I'm sure there's many chefs that would disagree. But yeah, for me, the use of AI in the appropriate circumstances for those automated, customer-facing, and where appropriate, absolutely necessary.
Okie doke.
Vital.
Finished?
Go on. I'll let you have your moment.
At the bottom, my first question here.
It's a question. I'm going to answer these. Basically, get you to argue against this is an interview, is it?
At the bottom of all of the chat.
You're wrong. That's my answer.
At the bottom of all the chat windows, let's take GPT as an example. What does it say right at the bottom underneath the text entry box?
What, like the answer based
The warning.
Yeah, they basically may hallucinate. All the answers may not be appropriate.
GPT can make mistakes and check information.
Well, that's ChatGPT. You're on about chat boxes. Not every single chat box is.
But what are they based on?
Large language models. They're not ChatGPT.
Such as GPT. And the most
Such as, yes.
most of them will be ChatGPT in a trench coat.
Yeah, I don't feel like you know what your argument is here.
Oh, I do.
You know, like
I'm working the body here. So the technologies themselves admit that they could be wrong and encourage you to fact check their answers. Yeah, that's it there. Okay. Sounds strange. You would green flag something that admits to making mistakes, but that's fine. If that's how you want to run things, that would be fine. My second point.
Well, hang on a second. If you're asking questions, so I'm going to ask a question.
They're rhetorical questions.
Genuinely,
I don't give a what you say because these are rhetorical.
In that case, I'm not answering any of your questions under legal advice.
Well, that's what a rhetorical question is. You don't have to. So this is going to be easy. It's like giving a puppy. So the lasagna test that Tris mentioned, when GPT
It's now irrelevant.
chat, it's not. I can get recipes out of it. When GPT chatbots originally came on the scene, and everyone was all very excited. Look, you can talk to a computer and ask it what time check-in is. What you were able to do, and the test we coined internally, was the lasagna test to see whether or not you could get a recipe for lasagna, God's infinite food, out of a chatbot. And the strength of the bot and the controls and restrictions were almost defined by how much, I would say, social engineering, but artificial social engineering it took to get a recipe for lasagna from a chatbot. The 2 years, was it 2 years, 2.5 years ago, when I was on a holiday, the resort had a chatbot, and they were new and exciting, and this was a very, very well-known tour operator out of Europe,
National tour operator.
international,
Yeah, true.
tour operator out of Europe.
Fair point.
And I was able to get a recipe for napalm whilst sunning myself enjoying a Mai Tai. Now,
I would have just been on holiday, enjoying the Mai Tai.
could not. My wife said, "Are you working?"
No,
I was like,
no, I'm not.
I don't know if I'm working. I'm playing, yeah. I'm tinkering, but I don't know if I'm working. So there's always going to be weaknesses. There was a really famous case, wasn't there, about was it the cancellation policy?
Yes, it
And a chatbot agreed, basically said, "Oh yeah, cancel whatever you want, buddy. It's fine."
Cancel whoever you want.
Yeah, but hopefully not us. And when they needed it was an airline, wasn't it? When the passenger needed to cancel, they turned around and said, "Hey, well, no, you can't cancel." And so, well, your bot said I could.
Yeah, and that was a weak legal argument. It wasn't us. It wasn't the the AI that you put in your certificates. That goes back to the lack of a program.
Definitely not finished.
I know because Aaron,
I don't feel like there's any way that you can. I think you can't give up control of your brand, your reputation, of your terms and conditions to a fallible bot where the underlying technology admits it can get it wrong. I think it's a dangerous thing.
Well, Ben, that's really great, but that wasn't the question. It had nothing to do with brand, voice, tone, and giving up control. It was the use of these AI tools.
Well, okay, if you want to, those are the arguments. Faceless.
We're going to give that one to Tristan.
That's absolute bullshit.
You've literally just argued your own point out of the previous.
No, did not.
For the final round,
Oh,
you each
do I
get
have to be on red? Do I have to be the same?
Yes. Okay, then I'll go green.
when hotels can't be bothered to invest in AI-powered dynamic pricing and personalization. Go.
What was the question again? My cool move was blowing his piece of saber off, but it's too heavy. Where yeah.
When hotels can't be bothered to invest in AI-powered dynamic pricing and personalization.
Ooh. Go ahead.
Hold on.
You tell me why that's a bad thing.
I think hotels should be investing in AI and dynamic pricing. I think the cost of it has come down dramatically. I think the use of it has been underserved. I think there's a degree of control that hotels want to have, or possibly even the fact that they're thinking it's out of their reach and it's unattainable for them. Again, largely around a cost basis. The use of it is just the power of these tools now and the impact that it can have on the profitability, the ADR, RevPAR, everything else that's coming in from a hotel. I think it's useful, and even going down to smaller hotels, really, really small hotels, there are some fantastic tools that are out there that are ready made for them. The point that there's a lack of resources, people in hoteliers wearing many different hats. These tools are incredibly useful. The AI technology, that's the part that I think scares everybody. It's like, oh, you're giving up control of what it would be. But to your point before, AI technology now can compute and quantitate, they're good words, huge amounts of data, and they're able to put out a better strategy, or rather a faster strategy, than if a human would have to do that themselves. So I think certainly with the smaller companies, even with the larger companies, and where there's groups and brands, I think it's incredibly useful because of the volume of data that they've got goes up at the same time. These tools, when implemented correctly, when used how the brand want to use them or how the individual hotel want to use them, can only increase profits and increase the user's journey within the booking process. I'm going to stop there. You can have the extra seconds.
Increase the user's journey through the booking.
Yeah, I was scrabbling at the end of it.
Can I have the question again, please?
When hotels can't be bothered to invest in AI-powered dynamic pricing and personalization.
We're talking about dynamic pricing, and I'm going to focus on that one first. Hotels live and die by revenue. We agree on that? Just nod, because you can't talk. We agree on that. Hotels live and die by revenue, and handing something like revenue and dynamic revenue pricing over to a platform that, again, my previous point, admits that it is fallible is not going to work. The nuances, and I think many of our viewers might be offended, Tris, you thinking that you'll be able to outsource and replace the expertise that comes with a finely balancing revenue management act to a couple of lines of code. Tris, you can a lot of talk. A couple of lines of code. Now, I don't think that's at all I don't think it's a bad thing. I think not being bothered to invest in it is not the right way. I don't think it's the right way to approach a question. I think what it should be is hotels don't yet believe that artificial intelligence is, in the ways we're discussing today, is the right tool to use to price. Because it's not just data points. There's things that will happen on the fly. For example, a political speaker at a hotel turning up to do a talk, and then advertising costs changing. You could have an event that takes place with 1 day's notice that a revenue management platform doesn't have the time or doesn't automatically know, and they will need to change the prices themselves manually. Those are the kinds of things that artificial intelligence platforms aren't yet set up to ingest, consider, and advise on the back of. I don't think it's the right thing for all of those reasons. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So many things I wanted to say throughout that. That's anything.
You both raised great points.
Oh,
Inspiring.
if you say draw here.
It's got to be a draw.
It can't be a draw. Okay.
That was...
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to transcribe this, feed both of those arguments into ChatGPT,
Which you can't do because you don't believe in.
I believe in it if I win, and then see what GPT says is the winner. But I think
Well, I'm writing the prompt on that one.
you tell me why the second transcript is right. Yes.
Tell me why this person won.
Was wrong. No, I agree. GPT, Claude, artificial intelligence technology is incredibly important in our industry.
Yeah.
And as adoption increases, I think we'll see more and more creative ways of using them.
Yeah, and those safeguards that you're talking about as well, they are actually getting better. But it's becoming a lot more difficult for us to get those recipes for the lasagna. You can still get them,
Yeah.
But it takes a heck of a lot of effort at home. So yeah, the hallucinations are reducing. The different models that are coming out as well, using them for different things in reasoning and execution. And it won't be long before that becomes one model. I can see it. It's just going to be,
Yeah. The AI wars are really interesting.
oh God, they are. Yeah, fascinating stuff.
Enjoyed it.
Yep, indeed.
I still win that one.
I don't think you did.